Embedded system design life cycle. So how we can design the embedded system? So embedded system design involves 7 stages. First, product specifications. Second, hardware and software partitioning. Third one, iteration and implementation. Next, detailed hardware and software design. Next, integrating hardware and software. Next, debug and acceptance testing, maintenance and upgrade. Before going to design, we need to know some key points. First one, whatever the embedded systems we design, those provides maximum performance with medium cost, and they provide medium performance with low cost. Like that, we need to design the embedded systems. And time is very important factor here. So our ultimate requirement is getting the maximum margin. If you want to get the margin means we need to design the updated features in the embedded systems. So embedded system design involves 7 stages. First one, product specifications. Here we can form the teams. The team contains R&D people, one marketing manager. Before going to after forming the team, they are visiting the outlets. Before visiting the outlets, we need to prepare the questions to get the expected outputs, what we are expecting from the customers. For getting that information, we need to frame the small questions, whatever the information we want to gather for that point of view. So once framing the questions, the teams visit the outlets, contact the customers, gather the customer requirements. After completing the visiting of these outlets and contacting the customer feedback, taking customer feedbacks, they are conducting the meeting with all teams. In that meeting, they are concluding the customer requirements, what they are expecting, or which type of embedded systems we need to design. Like our embedded system execute the task within fraction of seconds, within 5 seconds, or its battery life is this much, or the size of the product is like this, or this product is uh, defined in particular domains purposes, like that. Once we are finalizing the specifications, we need to it is very important, it is a very very important stage. Once finalized, it is somewhat difficult to modify because we are investing a lot of money while designing that one. Again modification means again we need to design first step onwards, so we are losing the efforts and money. So before going to implementation, we need to take care of this product specification final stage. After finalizing the specifications like Core i3 processor executing the task within 5 seconds, or it consumes 5 microamperes battery backup, 5 microamperes power only, and the size is this much of size, this much of cost, and like this. After finalizing that one, we need to decide that specification is implemented using hardware or software. Why? Because if we implement that specification using hardware, that execution speed is more, our performance is more, since hardware execution is always faster than the software execution. So if you want to get maximum performance, that specification is implemented using hardware, like using digital signal process that contains the hardware circuits for multipliers and adder circuits like that. The disadvantage is if you are using hardware in our embedded system design, the size may be increases, power consumption increases. So based on our requirement is maximum performance or cost and size. If you want to design maximum performance device, we can prefer hardware equipment because hardware execution is always faster than the software execution. Example, one more example. 80, if you want to execute the floating point up instructions, we require 8087 microprocessor. The same thing will be executed using instructions also, but if you want to get the maximum performance, we are using 8087 microprocessor. Otherwise, if you want to, cost is very important, we can implement the same operation in instructions. Like that, partitioning the product specifications into hardware requirements and software requirements. That specification is implemented using hardware, which specifications are implemented using software. Next, third stage, iteration. Iteration means repeatedly updating the code until we are getting the desired output. So in the third stage, parallelly, in the third stage, so here we are designing the hardware until we are getting the response. Similarly, here we are designing the software until we are getting the desired response in the software. So in the third stage, we can repeatedly update or modify the code until we are getting the desired response. For hardware, in this path, separate team, there are individual teams are there. Hardware team take care of hardware implementation. Software team take care of the software implementation. Once this design implementation is completed, we need to write the detailed design of hardware, final code, final hardware design. Similarly, parallelly software team also design the software. So after completion of after getting the desired response, we can write the detailed software design. Once completed, we can embed this firmware into hardware by using different dampers. Nowadays, we are getting the advanced software tools like integrated development environment tools. They have inbuilt integrating facility. So we can integrate the firmware into hardware here and verify the behavior. What is the response we are getting? Is it in the desired manner or not? After integrating, we can check, we can debug the code. So the advanced IDE tools itself contains the debugging facility internally. So if you want to debug the code, we can use inbuilt in IDE tools itself. It contains the debugging options. We can set the breakpoints. Up to that breakpoint, we can verify the behavior. Suppose if any unknown output is there, we can modify in that point only. Instead of verifying entire code, we can set breakpoints in the debugging and verify the response up to that breakpoint. If it is okay, goes to the next breakpoint like that. If any deviance is there, we can modify in that point in that between the breakpoints. Similarly, hardware debugging tools also there, that is background debugging mode, JTAG, joint test action group tools, like that. There are different types of debugging tools are there. Some of the processing elements contains inbuilt debugging techniques like embedded trace macro cells, JTAG interface, joint test action JTAG interface for debugging the hardware. Once debugging is completed, we can test the product. So each company contains its own proprietary testing tools. So in case of automotive, for testing the engine control, for that I am using CAN OE IDE tool. For testing the CAN communication network, is any overload, data is reaching the destination properly or not, how many frames will be transmitted, how many error frames will be generated, is there any security problems, what is the error rate, everything will be there. We will need to test. So once debugging is completed, test the product in the different manners. Each company having its own proprietary tools. By using that, we can test the product. Once testing is completed, is accepted, testing is over, then release the product into the market. After releasing the product, the customers may get the different types of issues. So the company is responsible for providing solutions to the issues raised while using the device product. So for that, we require some maintenance team. The maintenance team resolve the issues raised by the customers. For the that is also one of the important factor. Stays once product is released into the market, the company is responsible for resolving the issues. Otherwise, the customers have negative feedback. So since there is no customer care, means they are not purchasing that product, so we are losing the maximum margin. That's why. So we need to provide the customer service to the customers. Then upgrading. Upgrading means, suppose up to now we are using, nowadays we are using 4G. In coming days 5G will come. So then whatever the products until up to now we designed, customers not preferable to purchase that 4G products, they are preferring 5G products. So at that time, without designing from basic onwards, we need to modify just 4G to 5G, upgrading the 4G network into 5G network. We can modify that one only and release the product into the market. Then we are getting the margin instead of, because time is important. If you want to design from basic onwards, means it takes much time. Whoever release the product first into the market, they are getting the maximum margin. So we can modify the particular specification based on the latest one, like 4G to 5G, or 108 megapixel to 150 or 200 megapixel camera, or some more additional features, latest features. You can update in the product and release into the market. So like that, these 7 stages involves in designing the embedded system.